箭如雨下，起弓了，随风而去吧，快点投降吧！演示下师傅的枪法。
Hello, everyone. This is Mike Burgess live from the past on the floor, literally sitting on the floor in the PAX East 2020. We're here in Boston. I'm here with Jurge Cruz. Hi, George.
Hello there. I'm coming to you live, pre-recorded.
Yeah, we're live.
From the South Boston Convention Center.
We're live 3-4 days later. What a time to be playing video games. We're a couple days in here recording this, and we actually was yesterday. We saw Genshin Impact. If you're not aware of it, it was, I think, when it first came into like the news space and was kind of revealed, every site on the planet was like, it's a Breath of the Wild knockoff, and like, yeah, kinda. I played it. We met with the developers. George was there as well. And I it's probably like a 30-minute demo, right? Something like that.
Yeah, it was about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
We got to roam around. We played the PS4 Pro development build.
Yes.
We had the option to play the PC version, but I think we were more curious about how it looks like on a console.
Yeah.
You just kind of roam. It wasn't really a mission objective. It was just sort of like, here's the world, and just mess around and trying to figure out all the systems as much as you can with a given time limit.
Yeah, basically, at least kind of what loosely from what I gathered from playing, and there's a developer there kind of guiding me through it. Essentially, it seemed like we had just kind of get dropped off into this new area, somewhat story wise, even though there was like no real like full on story with it. But basically, yeah, it is like an open world kind of action RPG game. You have multiple characters you can play as, and you can kind of switch to any of them on the fly that you just have. And the big thing about it is each character has an elemental attunement to them. So in the demo, I had like this fire lady who used a spear. There was this kind of like witch lady who I had like lightning magic, and then I had. I swapped between two characters where I also had an ice dude with like a floating sword, and I had like another electric dude. He was like raised by wolves or something, and that's when they were showing me how to switch around the characters. And basically every character has like a standard kind of combo, and then like one skill, and then one super attack that once you do a lot of combos and fight in battles and stuff, it's all action real time. You build that up to do a big super move, and basically they're all again related to elements, and they basically all the elements can play off of each other. So basically, one of the first things I did was like in Breath of the Wild, I set a big plane of grass on fire, like a start of fire, and just fire started spreading. Enemies caught it and started catching on fire. I was playing as a fire character doing that, and I was able to hot swap to a lightning character and shoot lightning bolts at the dudes in the fire, and that caused a chain reaction to make like the fire explode into this big electrical like explosion. Really cool effects in the game for sure. But yeah, basically every element from the characters and from like in the environment itself and from enemies all react to each other in different ways. And there's a whole lot of that. So while on the surface visually and definitely a lot of elements were taken from Breath of the Wild, they said they were definitely like not shy about like, hey, we definitely took a lot of inspiration from this, even though, we picked up on it in our interview, but they had been working on this game for like 5 years.
Yeah, they mentioned that, and again, like, when you go in cynically and think about, this is a Breath of the Wild clone, it's clear that there's a lot more going on in there. As in the record, Breath of the Wild hater. 7 out of 10, fine game, 3 out of 5. I found it really interesting because there's so much there. Again, like you mentioned, it's much more of an RPG. There's so much more. There's so much more stuff going on in it
Yes.
that I love the look and the aesthetic of it.
Yes.
I'm really interested. It's a weird game though because it's going to be on mobile, it's going to be on consoles, it's going to be on PC.
Yes.
And we didn't ask about it, the business model. Like, what is this? Because like you're not charging $30 on a mobile phone.
You can. Yeah.
For a game.
Yeah.
What is
and
it
they definitely like brought it up when I was playing that. Like they talked about it like as sort of like a live service game.
Yeah.
Of like they said like the game will get updated. There'll be full on like new like story moments and things added to the game and like new characters. That's definitely now that you bring that up. Yeah, that's definitely like a really curious thing of like how they're gonna set this up. Like it can't be like a $60 game on a shelf if it's gonna be on a mobile platform. So maybe it's like, I don't know, maybe they put it in like Apple Arcade or something. I don't know.
They could. I mean, how would they get the microtransactions and stuff? That's
yeah,
not
exactly.
Arcade, so they probably wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
It would be, yeah. And then they keep out Android.
Yeah, that's very true.
So,
it's very curious. But even so, like even though they said it's being ported on mobile, like I play on the PS4 Pro and the PC version. Like it's a pretty full console game. Like it felt alright on the controller. And like the PC version was definitely like
running
holy
a lot
crap.
better than the PS4 version.
You're running a lot better. Granted,
build.
Granted, it's a demo, so they definitely said they wanted to like work out some of the. It wasn't like super framey, but like there was a moment or two like the draw distance wasn't the greatest on PS4 Pro, but then like it was literally that thing of we playing a PS4 demo. We finished the demo and I turned around. The PC version was on the ones behind us, and it was like, whoa, holy crap! Okay, that's. It's much smoother, like a lot more nicer visual fidelity for sure. But yeah, like you said, it's at a first glance, it's like Breath of the Wild, which I personally enjoy very much, and like there's a lot of things going on in that game in its own way. But like this game, like even though it takes that inspirations, it does its own thing from that gameplay perspective. Because like I was constantly, even in that short time, like I'm just sitting there like constantly wondering like what can I do with what environment stuff, because I had a moment where he showed me there was a water enemy and like there's like this little shaman and he like summoned a rain cloud, so I swapped to an electric character and all my electric abilities are doing way more damage and like had like way bigger effects and stuff, so it was pretty cool. There's another like grass element enemy, so I fought him with the fire character, and they basically like when you light him on fire they would go like they dance around and jump around on fire, and then when they had like a little like tree kind of like sapling on their head, and when that burned out, they'd get really sad and kind of like bounce away and not fight you, and like just kind of give up mid fight instead of actually like trying to attack you. So that was interesting. So seeing how they all interact and like all the effects are really cool. Shout out to this panel going on. Shout out to Xbox logo. I hope that picked up because that would be too good.
But yeah, and speaking, I don't know if you mentioned it, Mike, early on, but like you have like a party of like 4 characters you can switch on the fly.
Yes, yeah.
I don't know if you mentioned that, but that's another thing it's adding on to what I think Breath of the Wild was, which was a great foundation.
Yes.
To make something more. Breath of the Wild 2 is going to be great.
Yes.
And then we're gonna
sure.
Then we won't be able to go back to Breath of the Wild. We can all acknowledge that it's fine and you need to play it. So that's gonna be great. And Genshin Impact also looks like promising. It's a weird one because on paper we didn't do a mission. We don't even know what the story is.
Yeah. There's definitely like a story and a main progress. He definitely said that, and and I've watched some trailers when they kind of started booking appointments for PAX, and there's definitely something there. Like it is a Chinese development crew, so it is very, very anime. A lot of anime ladies. They weren't like granted, there were a lot of anime ladies, but I would not say they were like too objectifying or scantily clad.
There was like some young lady.
Yeah, it's like a little fairy lady, but that's like there's plenty of those. I feel that I've seen worse, I guess is what I would say. Absolutely seen worse.
It's tasteful. I think we can agree.
Yes, yeah, I've definitely seen worse. It did not seem. It seemed fine in that regard, for sure. And then, but yeah, like you said, like the hot swapping of the characters was cool because he was saying like it was one of the things they would work on as the game progressed. And I'm not sure if how much they were speaking in terms of like launch, which they said was sometime later this year. They didn't have a specific date. was having that swap at any time characters be like way more instant, like it being like, you know, you're swapping and changing moves, like I said, like having those doing fire elemental damage to a character, then reacting and following up with lightning attacks, or freezing enemies and then reacting with them with like a fire attack or something. Like all of them play off each other, and they said they wanted to make it a more like smoother experience of like having to be able to like instantly do that in some regards, or much faster than at least in what the build we were playing was. Even so, like even though it wasn't like instant, like it was still close enough to where like it was like very fun, and like in a similar way, like Breath of the Wild, where like they had a lot of moments just kind of spring up out of nowhere, and like so kind of a lot of surprising things. Like there's definitely a whole lot of that in this game, of like in that demo having like fire enemies come at me, and I was the lightning lady, and just like having that reactionary moment of like, oh, there's enemies like running at me, I need to fight them, and not realizing they're lighting everything on fire, so I just shoot a lightning bolt at one of them, and it goes into the flames, and just makes explosion. I go flying, the enemies go flying, and it's like a very silly moment. But like seeing like how they're making it basically like a game where a lot of that can happen, I think a lot of people will look at it, like maybe look at this game first glance and go like, eh. But like I think like the people that are going to end up playing it, maybe myself in particular, are going to be like, yeah, this game's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else to say about it. It's, again, you can approach it very cynically, but
Yes.
it's definitely doing some stuff. I mean, yeah, it's clear where it's pulling its inspirations from.
Yes.
But it's still trying something that Breath of the Wild hasn't done, and it's building off that base. But yeah, I think that's all there really is to say about it.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Like they said, it's later this year. PS4, mobile, PC. I want to say they said Switch. I think it's Switch also. That makes sense, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. But yeah, thanks, Jurge, for joining me for this live, in-person talk about Genshin Impact here at PAX East 2020. I'm Mike Burgess. Thanks again for checking out all of our content this year at Irrational Passions, and we will see you next time.